All right, guys, so now let's pick it up a little bit and talk a little bit about titles. Titles are pretty important. And so if I go here to text, you will see that there are lots of different types of titles that you guys can add into WeVideo that you guys can use. And when you go here, you can go to like static. There's in season, which in season can be kind of cool. It has like, Happy New Year's. It has like Christmas, some Halloween stuff that's kind of cool. And then they have call outs, which call outs are meant to more so overlay on top of videos or on top of pictures. But so if there's a title that I like, let's say I like this one, I can drag this title down here, right? And we'll see that this it's a motion title. So that's pretty cool. But maybe I want to customize this some. So if you want to customize it, you can double click on it. And here I can mess with the colors of things. So clearly the font's what's white. This looks like this appears to be this background part. That's the moon. And the black part, you can see what's in black. So it gives you freedom to change up some of this stuff. I like the color, so I'm not going to change any of them. But I could if I wanted to. Okay, maybe I want the moon to be a brighter color, right? That almost looks more like the sun. Like I told you, I'm not very good at color design. But anyway, you can mess with that. Maybe I want that to be more white, but see, then if it's white, you can't see the text. So I'm just going to leave it what it is, but that shows you how you can do that. Now, maybe I want this to say, I don't know, Fright Night, right? So I can mess with that. Here's where you can mess with the size of it. If you want the size to be different, here's where you can mess with different styles of font if you want the font to look different as well. So, ooh, that's spooky. So that's kind of how you can do that. You hit Save Changes, and there you go. You've got that title. But I'm going to come back up here to the motion titles, and I want to there's tons of these things that you guys can use here. Now, I'll be honest with you. This is my first time messing with WeVideo, and there's some things I still haven't figured out. So if some of you guys figure this out, let me know. So I'm going to drag this title down here now, okay? And so it says upper, middle, lower. Well, that's dumb. I don't want it to say that. So I'm going to, again, double click on it. And I'm going to type in that. That looks great. So I'm going to type that in and watch this come in. Now, here's what I don't know how to do. So if you figure this out, let me know. So rocks comes in first. Ideally, I think I would just like it to come in one on top of the other, Mr. Mo Rocks, but it doesn't. It comes in that weird order. So I've messed around. You can change the colors, but I've looked at some of this stuff, and I don't really know how to change that around or fix that. So if you figure that out, you can let me know. I do want to show you guys this. So on almost all clips, whether it's a title or a video, if you click on it, so right now I don't see it, but if I click the clip, you're going to see this pop up. And this gives you different options. So open the clip editor, which is where I just was, and you can do that by double clicking on it. But it also opens up a couple other things. So this deal here is like the fade option. So if I click here, you're going to see these little bars that appear. And so I can click on this bar and I can have the title kind of fade in, right? Or fade out if I want. And so if I click on this line, it creates more of these little bars because maybe I only want it to fade in and fade out for a short amount of time. And so you're going to see now that the title is going to kind of fade in and fade out. So Mr. Mo Rocks and then fade before it kind of goes out. So that's what that second little deal does. And there's an effects one, and this I tend to think that this is more for like video stuff, but this will do different things to your videos, and we'll talk about this later. We don't really need to mess with that right now. I just wanted to show you that those are what these buttons do, and maybe I decide that this is trash. I can hit delete and just get rid of it. Okay, so this is kind of a title screen. The other thing that I want to show you with the title screen, so if I go to graphics here, so if I go to graphics, you're going to see that we have several things, right? There's solid, there's these overlays, which again, these are things that could add to stuff. So if I put this heart here, the heart is overlaid on top of that title screen. So that's kind of what these things add. Frames, again, same type of deal. And so, what I did here, like you see that there's different video lines. So I put that on another video line is what I did there, which is why that now is over the top of it. If I had that reversed and I had the title on top of that, here, I'll do that real quick, then we shouldn't see the heart. So now we don't see the heart because this video 2 is on top. I want video 2, I want video 1 on the bottom, and I want the heart on top, and then we get to see the heart kind of pop in there, okay? Back to what I was going to show you guys here. Let's say that you were like, man, that's kind of boring with just the black background. Well, it's the same type of thing here. I can look through these different backgrounds, and maybe I like this yellow glow, and I want to spice up my title screen a little bit more. I can do something like that. I know what you're thinking. You're like, Mr. Mo, we can't see anything. That's because I did it the wrong way. I need that on the bottom, this on the top, right? And now we see Mr. Mo Rocks popping in on that title, and that spices up this title screen a little bit more than just having the black title screen. And so there's several different ones you guys can see here that you can throw into your videos, along with solid ones, the overlay, and then just general frames if you want frames around some of your stuff. So that's pretty basic stuff with titles. Remember, titles are over here where it says text, right? But then you can always go to graphics and spice up your titles a little bit more. Good day, friends.